Number 8. QUEY. Bangkok's Siri Raj Museum, sometimes referred to as the Museum of Death, displays the mummified remains of a notorious serial killer in its forensic medicine wing. His name was QUEY, and the inscription above his glass-encased body simply reads, "Cannibal." He became the equivalent of a Thai boogeyman. Shortly after World War II, Chinese QUEY arrived in Thailand, where he would commit horrific crimes that instilled unshakable fear in the country. Between 1954 and 1958, he was suspected of having killed and eaten 7 children in Bangkok and neighboring provinces. He was captured by the authorities while trying to burn the body of an 8-year-old victim. He confessed to killing the boy and admitted to taking out his liver, kidneys, and heart so that he could eat them later. He was ultimately sentenced to death and executed via firing squad in 1959. His body was subsequently requested by the Siri Raj Medical School for Anatomical Studies. The act of putting the infamous cannibal on display was meant as a deterrent to others. QUEY's legacy of horror presents him as the first serial killer in modern Thai history. To this day, parents and grandparents tell children to leave the streets when it gets dark so that the child killer QUEY doesn't come for them. Number 7. KRAHANG. Thai oral tradition has given life to numerous tales and legends. One of the best-known figures from traditional folklore is KRAHANG, an evil male spirit. During the day, he lives like a normal villager, but at night, he shows his true form, terrorizing and harming others. KRAHANG is depicted as a shirtless man wearing a traditional loincloth. He flies through the night sky by using a rice winnowing basket in each hand and is often described as riding the long wooden pestle of a rice pounder. To some, KRAHANG is more than just a legend. In 2012, the spirit was blamed for attacks on women in the western part of the Nakhon Ratchasima province. An 18-year-old girl from BORAN province then reported seeing KRAHANG through a gap in the ceiling in 2017. An elder villager from the region claimed that she'd sporadically seen the flying spirit over the course of a decade. Number 6. KRASUE. Said to be haunting the same areas as KRAHANG is KRASUE, an evil female spirit. KRASUE manifests itself as a young and beautiful woman from the neck up. However, her internal organs hang exposed and trail behind her head. In most representations, KRASUE is depicted as a floating head accompanied by a luminescent glow. In the daytime, she looks like a regular person, only having a sleepy look. Once it gets dark, the spirit leaves her body in a secluded place so that she may rejoin it before daybreak. The head becomes detached along with a few major organs and a length of intestine. KRASUE is cursed with everlasting hunger and hunts during the night. The spirit feeds on blood, organs, and raw flesh. She's known to attack children or livestock, but might feed on feces and carrion if she can't find fresh victims. The spirit also preys on pregnant women, either before or after birth. She floats into their home and uses a proboscis-like tongue to reach the fetus and placenta. Traditionally, this type of KRASUE predation is associated with many illnesses during pregnancy. After birth, the placenta is buried deep so that the spirit can't reach it. KRASUE will die in agony if the head is crushed while still detached from the body, or if she fails to rejoin the body before daybreak. Thorny branches, sharpened bamboo sticks, and other spiky items are used by villagers as protection. They're feared by the spirit as her entrails might get caught in them, causing her to become trapped. There's been numerous alleged KRASUE sightings during the 21st century, many involving videos caught on CCTV cameras or cell phone footage. Most were debunked as hoaxes or optical illusions, but some looked authentic enough to cause a panic in the areas where they were reported. Number 5. Tiger King. The legacy of Thai King Sampet VIII is one of terror and appalling behavior. He ruled the kingdom of Ayutthaya from 1703 to 1709. Dubbed the Tiger King, he was, according to historical sources, as evil as a tiger. Sampet VIII was never concerned with charitable activities and frequently had relations with female children or the wives of officials. Any females that weren't able to endure him were killed by sword or by the king stomping on them with his feet. Caskets containing their bodies were seen emerging out of the palace on a daily basis. Those that could go through with their ordeal without struggling or wincing were rewarded with great treasures. One source claims that the king would frequently consume large amounts of alcohol and go into fits of rage. When he was traveling by barge, anyone that would cause the boat to be shaken was executed, regardless of status. They were thrown into the water and dragged behind the boat by a hook so that the sharks and sawfish would eat them alive. Number 4. Golden Buddha. This is the true story of an incredible piece of treasure that was almost lost forever. The Golden Buddha from the temple of Wat Tramit in Bangkok stands at nearly 10 feet and weighs approximately 6 tons or about as much as an elephant. The seated figure is made entirely of 18-karat gold and at its lowest estimates is worth around $250 million. The Golden Buddha's origins are still uncertain, but it was probably crafted during the 13th or 14th century. The threat of invasion from Burmese forces or the fear that the statue would be stolen led to it being completely covered with a thick layer of stucco. After the Ayutthaya kingdom was destroyed, the statue remained unbothered among the ruins, as its value had been concealed. Even though it was eventually moved, the Golden Buddha's true identity remained hidden. Then, in 1955, workers were trying to remove the statue as part of a new construction project. The ropes used to lift it off its pedestal couldn't handle the weight, so the statue took a hard fall. As some pieces of plaster cracked, the gold underneath was revealed for the first time in over 2 centuries. The statue is made up of 9 pieces that fit smoothly together, and the key used for disassembling it was also encased in the plaster. The discovery of the Golden Buddha took place very close to the commemoration of 2,500 years since Gautama Buddha's passing. This is why many followers of the Buddhist religion regarded the occurrence as a miracle. Number 3. Naresuan's War Elephant Jewel. Naresuan the Great is one of Thailand's most celebrated monarchs. He ruled the land when it was known as the Kingdom of Ayutthaya. His reign was marked by battles for independence, fought with the Burmese Tungo Empire. One pivotal moment in the conflict was said to have taken place in 1593, during the Battle of Nong Sarai. It involved a war elephant duel between Naresuan and the invading crown prince Mingi Swa. According to the Ayutthaya chronicles, Naresuan challenged the opposing ruler to single combat after he'd seen him resting in the shade. Both monarchs, perched atop their war elephants, charged towards each other. Naresuan managed to avoid his opponent's scythe swing, after which he delivered a powerful sword strike that cut deep into the crown prince's shoulder and chest. Other historical sources, while mentioning that both rulers rode elephants into battle, don't reference a formal duel. Whatever the case might have been, Naresuan and his forces did win the battle, in spite of being severely outnumbered. The momentum of the victory echoed in other campaigns that the Thai king fought to free his country from Burmese vassalage. Number 2. Muay Boran. Muay Thai is a martial art that was born in Thailand and which has successfully spread all over the world. Known as the art of 8 limbs, its technique involves the use of shins, knees, elbows, and fists. Muay Thai is the preferred striking discipline for many mixed martial arts practitioners who choose to incorporate elements of it into their fighting style. It's Thailand's national sport and traces its roots to the 18th century. Before it was regulated into the competitive sport of today, the martial art was used in warfare and came to be known as Muay Boran. There are some similarities to the modern sport, but several aspects of grappling and ground fighting were gradually eliminated, as were the techniques deemed lethal. Muay Boran began to move away from its war-forged origins, and matches started being held during festivals and celebrations. Fighters from all over the country could test their skills against each other, and the elite even had the chance of being selected into the King's Guard. In the early days of competition, fighters wrapped their hands in knotted hemp rope. It protected their fists while striking and was also more likely to cut opponents, which is how Muay Boran earned a reputation for brutality. In the 20th century, the martial art migrated even further from its bloody roots as boxing gloves, referees, rings, and rounds were introduced. Still, there are practitioners struggling to preserve the tradition of Muay Boran. One illustrious component of said tradition is KHANOM, the martial arts legendary hero. Today's featured fan shoutout is Instagram follower @AntoineChini. To appear in our next video, send us your pic rocking the latest merch from theywillkillyou.com and send it in to us on Instagram today. Number 1. KHANOM. In 1767, Burmese forces invaded Thailand, which was then part of the kingdom of Ayutthaya. After the capital fell, a festival was put together to honor the relics of Buddha. During the celebrations, the Burmese king wanted to test his fighters against the Thai boxing elite. KHANOM, as a prisoner of war, had no choice but to face the king's champion. Before the fight, KHANOM did a KRAHANG, a type of traditional dance meant to honor his ancestors and teachers. To this day, many Muay Thai fighters still perform this dance prior to a match. KHANOM then attacked the Burmese champion and swiftly defeated him with a barrage of 8 limb strikes. His victory was declared invalid, as it was argued his KRAHANG was black magic that had mesmerized and confused his opponent. KHANOM was asked by the king if he'd prove himself against 9 more Burmese champions, with no rest between bouts. He agreed. One by one, his adversaries were brought down until there was no one else left who dared challenge him. The king was so impressed that he declared that every part of KHANOM's body was blessed with venom. He was granted freedom, along with the choice of either wealth or 2 beautiful Burmese wives. According to the legend, KHANOM chose the latter, arguing that riches were easier to come by. Centuries later, his fight for freedom is still celebrated on March the 17th, a date known as Muay Thai Day. Thanks for watching. Would you rather fight a Muay Thai champion or Mike Tyson? Let us know in the comments section below.